got him off the point. Good fish. Got off. Oh, big fish. Oh, right at the boat. What is up, everybody? This is John with Archer Fish. I am back at Lake Cachuma. I can't stay away from this place, especially when the weather is like this. Overcast, a little bit windy, and the spawn is on, so you know it's gonna be a reaction bite day. Now, my buddy online asked me, how do I pinpoint or choose what cove I'm going to fish? When I came out on April 1st, I basically stuck to one cove. When I did venture out, the bite was not going off, so I was lucky in that sense. The last week when I came out, the bite was going off. You can find these fish anywhere on this lake right now. I almost guarantee you that. They're everywhere shallow. But how I chose the cove I did, it's called Cachuma Bay, I'm sorry. It's called Cachuma Bay. It is one of the biggest coves, and I chose it because the wind was blowing into it. And it's always loaded. It's got a lot of little mini coves and points and lots of cover. And I know that just last year it was just covered with fish, loaded with fish. So a lot of times I'll choose the cove based on the direction the wind is blowing. If the wind is blowing in there all night long, chances are bait went in there or the fish are in there or whatever. Since they're spawning, I'm looking for shallow water with deep drop-offs, rocky points. Like last week, this point here, and I came back to the same point to see if there's different fish loaded up on here, but the wind is different. So I stuck to this cove last time the whole day because it just kept producing and it was ridiculous. I'm gonna try it this time, but since the wind is blowing a little different, it'll just be harder for the boat to sort of stay where I need it to stay. So I may choose to go to the other side of the lake. Sorry, it's a little early for me still. So anyway, I'm all about the reaction baits today. I'm gonna be throwing the spinner bait, the underspin. I'm gonna start with the jerk bait, maybe even throw some top water, because I think you can get a little top water action on this lake today. So yeah, that is it. I'm gonna hit it right now. No idea how excited I am for this. How long before I get my first bite? I may have to switch to the other side of this point here. Now, the other thing I was gonna say as far as where to fish and what to use is because the wind was blowing in here last time, what ended up happening was the water was nice and stirred up. Oh, there's one right at the boat. There's one. Second cast. Oh, God. Oh, guys. This guy. Second cast. Beautiful. It's warm. Gotcha. I may run out of battery and SD cards once again. Another issue is the barometric pressure really went nuts the last few days. I know this because I get these migraines when the barometric pressure drops suddenly. So we all assume that that has an effect on the bass. So that could be why they turned off, which is crazy. I mean, I still think I'm gonna get some today, but definitely a lot of conditions. You can just see that, like, just in a few days, the conditions that have changed. You know, like I said, the wind's blowing a different direction. The water's less dirty back here. And of course, the barometric pressure.
So I did want to tell you about the types of tools that you need. My good buddy Jim, he always tells me that, like, you know, it's like a toolbox. You don't go out and get the biggest, craziest, most expensive tool without needing it or knowing how to use it. So the way I see it is like, you only need it when you need it. And that means, you know, and I've heard people talk about, you know, they catch a lot of fish on, you know, inexpensive gear, you know, and that's fine. I mean, for a long time when I lived in Florida, I mean, I didn't have the money to buy expensive gear. They didn't even have expensive gear back then, really. So, you know, I bought whatever I could afford and whatever worked for me. But the thing is when you start doing different applications, different types of fishing, especially in California where the fishing can be very tricky, challenging, you want the right tools for the job. So you don't need the most expensive thing, but you do need something that works. And some of the more expensive stuff is very, very sensitive. So let's say if you're jig fishing, you throw that thing before it even hits the water. If you get a fish with the right rod setup and the right line, you can feel that little tick. So if they're, especially like during the spawn where they may, you know, grab it and just to move it out of the bed, they may not be grabbing it tightly or really aggressively. You want to be able to feel that. Same with a spinning reel, and if you're, you know, Senko fishing, you need to be able to feel that, you know, right off the bat, or else you're getting wrapped up in a tree and it's breaking your 6 to 8 pound test. So, you know, the right stuff, the right tools for the job really do matter, depending on the types of fishing you're doing. So, you know, it's all about the applications. Thought I had a fish there. You know, that's it. Looks like the move paid off already with one fish. Can't tell if it's of any size or not, but yeah. If you want a beginning casting setup, the Shimano SLX DC is incredible. I've got the 610 medium fast action rod with the SLX DC reel, and once you tune it with the right weight for whatever lure you're using, you don't even have to mess with it. The only thing is the DC, which automatically winds the spool. You just have to give it a second. Once you cast it like this, you just give it a second to catch up. And you can put your thumb on there or not. I mean, when I'm crankbait fishing, I didn't even need to put my thumb on. I had it just like so tuned in. But it's been fantastic, man. It's got a lot of backbone. I use it for crankbaits. I'm jerkbait fishing. I use it a lot for topwater. It's got, like I said, you can cast really far. It's got really nice backbone for topwater action. So it's a fantastic starter, and it's very easy to use, very durable. The first time I bought one, I don't even know how it happened. My line got caught up on the tip and it ended up snapping off somehow. I didn't even have that much weight on there. So I sent it back and they sent me a brand new one. It was incredible. I mean, that's Shimano's like lifetime guarantee or whatever they got going on. So it's worth it. Oop. I had a fish there. That would have been nice. Oh, big fish. Good fish. Oh! Right at the boat. Biggest fish off this point. Oh my gosh. Good 3-pounder. Messing with cameras as usual. Alright, so it's not their fault, but the fishing game came over right as I hooked at the nicest fish. It was a nice plump, probably 3-pounder. Who knows, maybe bigger, but good fish on the jerkbait. And I was kind of distracted by fishing game. I couldn't really tell if they were fishing game at first. So I was kind of like watching them come up real close. And then I was like trying to figure out, should I try to net this fish or film it? And of course I lost it, which is, like I said, is so rare to to lose a jerkbait fish, but that was a good one. All right. All right, so once again, as far as how I'm choosing this cove, you got a main lake point right here, windy on the outside, nice and calm on the inside back here. So as I drifted around, I cast towards shore this whole bank, right? I don't think I got anything. And then I worked my way around and kind of parked right on the inside of the point and cast towards the point, and right here in these little calm spots, right on the other side of the point, this little calm spot right here, there's at least 3 beds, old beds, some new ones, and I caught a couple fish off there. So just look for that kind of stuff, the little calm areas on the inside of points, and you know, work the area, you know, try to find where those beds are at. Thinks he's big. Not the same. Thanks, pal. So I did want to give you another, you know, aspect of where I fish. I fished this entire side today, right? I started all the way in the back by that point where I slayed him the other day, and I came all the way up here. And I'm hitting I mean, look at this, it looks great, right? Perfect spawning area, there's rocks, there's dirt, there's drop-offs, there's sand, there's everything. Barely catching them. Now, they could be there, you know, maybe it's the barometric pressure, you know, who knows? But I got to switch up my tactics. So because nothing is really happening, I'm going to hit the other side. As you can see, it's much deeper, cliff walls and everything. Or I may just hit a different part of the lake altogether, because this did not happen over here. I just want to see if I can get one off this point here, where I was killing them with the Senko the other day. I'm pretty sure, like, this little cove there is probably money right now. Maybe I'll throw a Senko in. There's one. Yep, got him off the point. Nice fish. Nice fish. I was hoping for this. I was hoping there'd be a chunk that would be hungry. Anyway. Plump little girl. Sorry. More right off of this. It's pretty cool, man, when you can get them to come up. Right there. Right at the boat. That was cool. Good fish. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, baby. Good fish. Might be a big smallie. Can't really tell. Got off. Right at the boat, he went under. It was a big smallmouth. The wind just kind of, you know, is working against me here. Big smallmouth. It's like about the same as the other ones. Thanks, little guy. Thanks, little dude. Not bad. Not bad, not bad. When you are Senko fishing, really pay attention to your rod and your line because they're not smashing it. A lot of times they're just picking it up and moving it. So it's a very, very light bite. So you gotta keep an eye on it. Not a big fish, but not a bad one. I'm trying to catch one more fish here. Ooh, not bad, not bad. Biggest one of the day here. Cool. Biggest one of the day.